Hi everyone, it's Tish with Naptime Creations. Welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it'll help me out a lot. So hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be putting one of these beautiful roses into a resin sphere. These were a little bit bigger than my mold, so I did end up going in with some nippers, and I nipped off a few of the petals and also the leaves. I just actually used like fingernail nippers you'll see in the video, and just they trim off really easy, so you can cut off some of the petals if they're a little bit too big for your mold. And I'm going to be using the Let's Resin Epoxy today. Before I do resin, I always run it through my Airless bubble removal machine. It works great to get rid of all the bubbles in your resin. Discount code NAPTIME will save you 10%. I will link my full tutorial showing step-by-step how to use this machine down below in the description box. And in that video, I also show you how I mix my resin. So here's how it was looking. So I cut about 4 petals off one of the roses and I'm just dipping it into my clear here. And this was honestly not a good idea. I should have had another cup with clear and dipped my rose and used that cup, because I introduced a bunch of air bubbles when I dipped that rose into the clear. And I was doing that just to kind of seal the rose so it had a layer of resin on it already, so no air bubbles got trapped in between the petals of the rose. And then I just took that cup of clear because it was all I had, even though I had introduced air bubbles, put it inside my mold. And like I said, I'm using the Let's Resin Epoxy, and then I'm just putting that rose in there. And I should have cut most of the stem off of this because the stem was kind of making it go off balance. I thought it was going to be okay, but you will see tomorrow when we do the next layer, the rose kind of moved a little bit, and I didn't have anything handy to kind of stabilize the rose, so I just went with it. So the rose is a little bit off center. I should have cut like this much off the stem before I used it. And these are just little like fingernail nippers that I like to use for these. I just cut off most of the stem and then we're going to fill up the mold the rest of the way. This is the next day, and I'm adding a little bit of purple mica powder from Let's Resin and some purple sapphire glitter from Laura's Art Corner to my clear resin here. I know this cup looks like it has some holographic glitter inside, but that is from a previous pour. I reuse my mixing cups and my stir sticks over and over again. So what I do after I'm done pouring and mixing is I just leave my cups sitting upright. The resin sets up inside the cup and you can reuse your cups over and over again. It's a great way to reduce waste, and it cuts down on cost of materials because, as we know, everything is super expensive these days. And I added mica to this glitter to kind of give the glitter an overall color, because if your glitter sinks, you're going to want to add a little bit of mica or a little bit of alcohol ink to kind of build up the color of the glitter so you don't have bare spots in your layer of resin with no glitter. And I didn't quite mix up enough, so I'm going to mix up a little bit more of just clear with the purple sapphire glitter and fill up the mold the rest of the way. Super easy to make these. This mold is from Let's Resin as well, and discount code NAPTIME will give you 10% off anything on the Let's Resin website. And same for my UK friends, you can use my code and that'll give you 10% discount. And these roses, I'm not 100% sure what the material is that they're made of. It's some type of plastic. It's not cellophane, because the petals are thicker than a cellophane, but it is some type of iridescent plastic. And I didn't have any problems with air bubbles getting trapped in between the puddles. So I think dipping the rose in that clear before putting it into the mold worked well to kind of seal up the rose and prevent a bunch of air bubbles from getting trapped in between the petals. And that was really it. I did spray this with a little 91% isopropyl alcohol to prevent or to pop bubbles. So I let that purple layer cure, and here we are ready to demold it. And you don't want to fill this mold up all the way to the rim. You can see doing that I gave myself a little bit of a lip, so I would slightly underfill it if you guys try making one of these. This was a little bit of a chore to demold. I ended up squirting a little bit of 91% isopropyl alcohol on the inside of the mold, kind of squeezed it to get that alcohol moving around the sphere, and then it popped right out. But here's how it turned out. Absolutely stunning. I love, love, love it. You can get these roses off Amazon or Temu. They're cheaper on Temu, and you can see see how it's off center, but it's okay. I still think it turned out really pretty. The Temu website, I would not download the app. I would just shop on their website, or you can get them off Amazon, like I said. But let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. I'll link all the materials I use down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.